My name is Josh and I'm 17 years old. I work at Macca's and I'm currently doing Year 12. I'm a leader in my kids ministry at church and I get to help kids be able to be their best. I love that I can use my own life experiences to help kids through the tough situations they're going through. But things weren't always this way. I grew up in a rough home. Alcohol, gambling and drugs were a constant issue in our family. We were in a downward spiral. A good meal started to become a rare occasion at our home. My diet started to consist of tinned tomatoes and Milo powder. We're in a constant cycle of financial issues and I just stopped attending school altogether. I developed a deep anger and hatred towards life. I had no friends, no purpose. What was the point? I was barely standing. I found a youth group within a walking distance from my home that were having free food on a Friday night. After attending there for a while, I started to regularly attend church on Sundays as well. During this time I was able to meet a whole new group of people that were just there for me. Through this, church became a safe place for me. It became a place that was just another home away from all the stuff I was going through. During all this, I moved 30 minutes away from church, but just because I loved the place and I loved the people I was around, I decided to catch a bus to make it there every Friday and Sunday. Over time I could feel myself start to change. I started to feel less anger and I started to be more forgiving to my family. I didn't understand the whole God and Jesus thing as a 12-year-old, but I knew that was the life I wanted to follow. A few years down the track, I went to our church's youth camp. On the last night of the youth camp, in one of the services, I just felt God's overwhelming love and peace come over me. It was the best feeling I've ever had in my entire life. I had a vision that was in an entire room of people worshipping. It was like I had a future, and that was the first time I've ever felt this way.
I originally came to church and stuff, and my family was broken, so broken. My family, some of my parents were breaking the law and stuff, and it just wasn't a very good household. But just coming to church, following Christ and stuff, it just started to change. And seeing my family now, my dad and mum are back in church and stuff.
Come on, Josh.
From that day forward, it wasn't like I was going to church just for an escape or just to have free food, but I was actually going to grow my relationship with God. I didn't just need God and church anymore, I wanted it. Since then, my family's made an incredible turnaround. Even though it's not perfect, I still know God is working through that. I am now building a future for myself and I know I have God's power in me. Life has its challenges, but in the midst of it, I know that God's by my side every step, helping me through it. Today, I am still standing. My name is Josh Kaye, and I am unashamed.